Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Jumpin here, and today this is going to be a very special video. This is going to be Tech Burst City 2, which is going to contain the N7 Shadow using the new electrical slash move, which is amazing. Alright, for my gun, I'm going to be using the melee attachment and the increased damage. You can always go for armor piercing ammo or disruptor ammo, but I don't really shoot on this build. I don't recommend really shooting a lot. Okay. Now let me get into the build. For Tactical Cloak, I recommend damage. I know a lot of people like the duration for this girl, and it does work well, honestly, but you can also still get off 2 powers while you're cloaked if you do it fast enough. And to me, I just think that the duration is losing that extra little damage just isn't worth it for me. But if you want duration, go for it. It's not going to be a big deal. Secondly, you need melee damage. That's obvious. Obviously, she uses a lot of melee attacks. This build, my build, does not melee that much, but it will melee bosses. And finally, the most important one is bonus power. You want to be able to get off 2 of your electrical slash moves with bonus power. Now, for the broken power, which is electrical slash, definitely radius. Radius. I like it because I feel like this power would be like shockwave if it didn't have radius. 2 meters for some reason just does not hit very well compared to 2.6 meters. Also detonate. This increases all tech explosions by 100%, which is incredible. Alright, and then finally damage. Reach is also nice, or range is nice, but I just think damage is better because you should still play her somewhat close range, and 20 meters is ridiculous. Alright, now for Shadow Strike. I leave Shadow Strike at 3. This power is for boss killing, and that's it. That's all I use it for, is for attacking bosses in the back, not enemies. Alright, now, for N7 Shadow, damage and capacity, this will help your slash. Same with power damage, this will help your slash. Shadow Strike goes off of melee damage, electrical slash goes off of power damage. Now for Sword Mastery. Sword damage. Definitely sword damage, just because. Now, you might want to get martial artist. I don't like martial artist. I prefer the movement speed because I do not do her melees that much. And if I don't do her melees, I'm never going to get the martial artist bonus for real. That's just how I feel about it. Electrical slash, you don't need martial artist. But this you do want if you want to move faster and have your shield come back faster. And this is very important. Go for armor damage. You don't need shield damage because the electrical slash will do all the shield damage. The armor damage is for bosses, for Shadow Strike. Alright, now let's go ahead and show you the equipment. I'm going to be using Armor Piercing 2 just in case we were going to play against Cerberus. We didn't know who we were going to play against. Strength Enhancer 3. Stronghold Package 5. There is a better one for this. It's melee and shields. I would recommend that over this. I don't have that yet, so I got Stronghold Package. And definitely Power Amplifier 4. This is for your slash move. Very, very important. It makes it really ridiculous. Alright, so let's get into the gameplay. Today, we're going to be playing against Geff on Fire-Based Glacier. Well, it's going to be gold. It's going to be gold. I would definitely do this on Platinum. I mean, I would totally do this on Platinum. This would be extremely probably easy on Platinum. Only downside to doing a team like this, a tech team, is that the only downside is that you might have to fight Reapers. Now, Reapers do somewhat get wrecked by tech. Just depends. But Brutes and Ravagers and a lot of armor targets won't take that much damage. Her Shadow Strike can almost do just ridiculous damage to a Brute or a Ravager. It takes like half their health down or their armor down. One hit, no joke. And her heavy melee also is really good. I like her heavy melee over her light melee personally, just because her heavy melee can one-hit like pretty much everything. It's really insane. I think people get stuck on her light melee a little bit too much. Alright, so here we go. Here is the start of it. This is pretty much the way I think that you should definitely play with her. You might look at this and be like, oh, that looks kind of boring. You're just slashing the whole time. It's the same as like the ex-Cerberus guys, though. They're all about just smash whoring. Just smash, 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 smash. This is all about slash, 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 slash. I mean, just look at the damage. Even without the tech burst, I can pretty much just kill everything in about 2 slashes. And I can get 2 slashes off before my cloak is fully gone. Because the recharge speed is so long, so short on the slash that you're just able to just get it off. So fast. It's amazing. And it just does so much damage. One hit of slash will take down a full shield. The second hit will pretty much kill most of the enemies. Some enemies it won't. Armored enemies normally. But a third slash normally will. So it's insane. And you hit every enemy in front of you. And you can do it through walls. You can do it through anything you want. And if you're doing a tech team, like right there, we just got a tech burst kill streak. You can do this through walls and stuff. This is definitely, I think, the safer and better way to play with her. You can just help out your team so much more. You don't have to. Now, I tried the whole Shadow Strike, run around, hit everything in the back, and it was pretty good. But the downside to the Shadow Strike like build, where you just run around and you just assassinate everybody, the downside of that build is that sometimes you would just get stuck and you would just get wrecked, and there's nothing you can do about it on like platinum or on gold. Where this build, this works on every difficulty. You can do this on platinum or gold, and as you can tell, like already we are done what I believe 2 of the waves. I mean, we were just rolling through this, and we really weren't using rockets in this game. If we wanted to speedrun this, we would have had a really ridiculous time, because that's how easy it was. The combination of a giant tech burst and this electrical slash move together is insanity. It really is. It's amazing. And I love the N7 Shadow now. Ever since I've started doing the slash spam idea, like, and this is what you do with Shadow Strike. Every time there's a boss, you take down his shield, and then you Shadow Strike him to take down a massive amount of armor. And then if they don't die from that, you do a heavy melee, or if you want light melees. I prefer the heavy melee. And then you pretty much kill him. It's really cool. It's really, really insane. But, like right here you go, another example. See, I didn't kill him, but my teammates were able to. So that's still good. That's just as good, honestly. And like I said, you can you stay out of danger, because at any time, if you want, you can stay behind cover. You can do it anywhere on most maps, and it's really cool. Like, I could stay all the way back here and still continue to get tech bursts for my teammates and kills for myself from any range I want. Just because, and I don't really know, I think it's the radius, guys. I really do. I think the radius on this move is very important. I think most people do not. If you tried electrical slash, you might have not went for radius, and that's probably wouldn't make it that good. And most people I've always talked to, including myself, when they first made the N7 Shadow, of course they went for Shadow Strike, because Shadow Strike just sounds so cool. They don't really think about going for this electrical slash move. Now, with the Vanguard or the Slayer, he has a very similar move, but it's the opposite. It's not actually a tech power. Now, his move isn't as good, though. The reason why her move is so amazing is because you have Cloak to power it up. I mean, you got 80% extra damage to, I believe it's like 1100 and something, maybe almost even 1200 damage. So 80% extra damage to that, that's amazing. Plus, with the power amp, that's also going to boost it to 40%. So it's really cool. It's really insane. It makes gold so easy, and it also just makes, like I said, it probably would make platinum pretty easy too, a team like this, where you can just tech burst everything, and with her, you could just stay back, and like her job, even if you were doing this by yourself, you didn't have friends to do this with for like tech burst city, even if you didn't have like a group of friends or clan members or whatever it is to do this with, you could still run around and do this and help your team out and just rack up kills like crazy on most difficulties. This is one of the most ultimate shield removing moves now in the game. Overload is like really obsolete compared to electrical slash. I mean, look at that. I can take off everything's shield in the room, one slash if I really wanted to, and that's really insanity. And if you're playing with Solarians, which a lot of people play with Solarians, if you're playing with the new Paladin, if you're playing with anything with energy drain or anything with arc grenades, you're talking about setting off the most powerful freaking tech burst in the game, on top of the fact that this move is actually powerful in itself, and she's just amazing. It's really that simple, guys. She is just amazing. She can take out all types of infiltrate units very quickly and easily, and she can deal out massive damage to bosses with armor, and take them out pretty quickly as well. Not as quickly, but definitely pretty quickly. And normally you actually will not kill, or you won't actually be able to probably get the kill for a boss, because her move isn't really like, I don't know, it seems like that always happens to me, at least. Like every time I use Shadow Strike, I always take them down to 1 bar armor. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like right there, I always do that. 1 bar armor. I don't understand why that happens, but it does. And like normally your teammates get the kill, which like I said, that's not a big deal. That's whatever. I'm still able to kill so many enemies, like so many normal enemies by myself, and I'm able to help my teammates out by giving them tech bursts. So overall, like I said, she is definitely one of the better new characters. Is she the best infiltrator in the game? Probably not, but she's definitely the best power using infiltrator in the game now. And of course, she's amazing melee as well. If you wanted to kind of melee a little bit. Like I said, her heavy, here's the truth. Every enemy in this game, on gold at least, every single enemy in this game, one electrical slash, and right here I was trying to hit the target, but I decided just to take out the giant group in front of us. Why not? For the kill streak. But anyway, every enemy on gold, one electrical slash, just one electrical slash, and then one heavy melee will pretty much kill them. That's like guaranteed, and I promise you that, like, because the strongest normal infiltrate unit, to my knowledge, would be probably the Phantoms and the Pyros. And I know for a fact Pyros you can take out one hit, one electrical slash, one heavy melee will take out a Pyro. And I do know also one electrical slash, if it fully hits a Phantom, will take its whole barrier down. And the second one will kill it. Or if you heavy melee it, that will kill it. I mean, it's just so much fun. Like, you might think it might get boring just sitting there electrical slashing this whole game. But no, it's actually just really cool and fun because it's just amazing to look at. It's a really just a cool looking power. But yeah, like I said, it's awesome. Anyway, all right. So tomorrow, I had you guys vote for this, and tomorrow I will be coming out with the Demolisher gameplay. It will be a platinum farming technique. It will be my second platinum game I'm gonna upload. I've played platinum quite a bit since it's been out, but I haven't really been recording it because the point of these videos is to show you the builds for all these new N7 characters and stuff, and then have gold gameplays, and then eventually the ones I like I will definitely play on gold. The ones I don't really like too much I probably won't. Like a good example is I will probably never play, not gold, I mean platinum. I would never probably play the Slayer on platinum. He's definitely the only one in the game that's not that good. He's like, what we're doing tech-wise, you can do the same thing if you want, like with an adapt team, and it does work really well. You just sit there and you slash everything, and that's one reason I kind of don't even want to do the Vanguard at all, because what you see in this video is what you will probably pretty much see in the Vanguard video. The only difference is that it won't be as strong because he doesn't have Cloak, and the other difference is that, besides the fact that, and right here I'm going to get dropped. That can happen to you too if you ever try to heavy melee a boss. He might counter melee you and just annihilate you. So keep that in mind. But anyway, like I said, the Vanguard, there's a good chance the Vanguard the gameplay will be very similar to this, just the opposite. And he doesn't like his power, but the difference is that his slash isn't as strong because he doesn't have Cloak, and he has Charge, which is cool power, I guess, but it's really, he's just, like, in general, that guy's just a really good detonator, just like she's an amazing detonator. He's also an extremely good detonator in the game, so that's just pretty much like the way to go about it. Right here is a good example. If I sit there and I just heavy melee that guy in the back, as long as he's not paying attention to me, I just wrecked him. I was doing like 2 to 3 bars of damage every heavy melee. And when it one Shadow Strike on a Prime, I do know it's like 3 bars of damage, and then if you do the heavy melee, that's 5 bars of damage very quickly, and it's awesome. Alright, so, like you said, as you can tell, we're just rolling through this. This is actually, like, we were really shocked and surprised on how easy Geth were. Prior to this, we were doing Reapers like this, and that was pretty easy too, but we just, like, overall though, is she good against Reapers? She's okay, but like with Reapers, it's kind of difficult to actually, like, obviously the electrical slash isn't going to do, like, it's not going to do as much damage to armor as it will to shields and everything. But, and right here, I was telling my buddy to move out the way because you do want, if possible, you do want to stay behind walls. It will help you stay alive, especially when there's a giant group of enemies on the other side. And it's amazing because you will not get shot. And if you just do her like dodge moves behind walls and stuff, it's really cool. Although this wave, I do believe we're kind of getting like pinned into this room right now, if possible. I believe that might be what's going on. Actually, I guess not, but I don't know. But like I was saying, like we were very shocked because, like I said, we played against Reapers, and against Reapers it was okay. It's just that her electrical slash move will not be that it's not that fantastic against it really isn't that fantastic against like Reapers because of all the armor. And if you try to Shadow Strike Reapers, Ravengers is like, you know, if they do like if they explode or if you get too close to them, the Swarmers can get you and that can like kill you. Brutes sometimes when you try to Shadow Strike them, like they'll, if you touch their armor, like you'll lose your whole shield and it will cancel out your Shadow Strike. That's a couple things about Reapers. So overall, she's not the greatest against Reapers, but she's super good against Cerberus and Geth. And that's really all it takes. That's how I feel, at least. If a character in the game can be extremely good against at least two of the factions, that's amazing. Normally the only characters in the game that can be extremely good against all factions are infiltrators with guns or soldiers, things like that. Like the Geth infiltrator works against everything for the most part. And what's another good example? The Solarian infiltrator, if you have proxy mine on it, that works really well. Here's what I was talking about. We're gonna get really kind of pinned in this room a little bit for a second here. But yeah, and I'm gonna actually get dropped in the process because I got counter melee. Like I said, when they counter melee you, that can be an issue with her. But that's normally one of the only issues I find with the Shadow. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just insane. It's really awesome. Do they need to nerf this or anything like that? No, I don't think so. Like, I'm actually really past the whole, everything should be nerfed, guys. Mainly because of Platinum. Like, I don't think they're going to nerf anything anymore, guys. If anything, I think they're going to buff things. I think they're going to take everything back to, they're going to buff certain things. Maybe the Infiltrator's Cloak might go back up a little bit. I think they need to do that, honestly. Mainly just for Platinum. I think BioWare, I don't think they actually care anymore about, because people bitch, you know, the reason why things get nerfed in this game is because people bitch about them. And for the most part, some of the bitching is justified. The other part of it is just stupid. Like, it's just people complain about people stealing their kills. Like, that's actually not like really cool. Like, I don't like it when something is so like overpowered that everybody wants to play with it and it just makes the game really easy. I don't like that because I like the game to be a little bit challenging. I like to have fun with that. But Platinum is pretty challenging. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it is definitely still challenging compared to Gold. And that's the thing. So, things in the game right now, there's really nothing in the game that makes Platinum extremely super easy. There's only, actually, I take that back. There is a couple things like my Platinum farming technique, and there's a lot of them out there. I have heard so many Platinum farming techniques, but like I said, those can make Platinum easy, but those are just boring. It's not like actually like most of the time Platinum farming is just like, oh, we're all gonna camp here and we're all gonna do some ridiculous thing with grenades or Justicar bubbles or something along those lines. That's what most people do to try to like farm Platinum. But it's way more fun to me to actually just play like with a mixed up team and just like wreck with just like skill and not like camping and run around and have everyone just try to work together along those lines. So I don't know. Alright, so as you can tell, this is Wave 10, and we're, like I said, this is a pretty quick game. It's not as quick. We weren't trying to speedrun this. Don't think we were trying to speedrun this. And if we were trying to speedrun it, though, we would have actually probably had an extremely good time. Just because of how fast we were able to, like, just kill most of the enemies without using rockets. If we would have all used our rockets and, like, set up and stuff, we would have probably rolled through this, like, in, I don't know, probably like 10, not 10 minutes, but probably 11 to 12 minutes at least. Maybe even 10 minutes, just depending on, like, the objectives that we got, which I think we got some pretty good ones in this gameplay, so I don't really know. But we weren't trying to speedrun this, but as you can tell, it's been really extremely easy, just from all the tech bursting to all the giant groups of enemies and all the other things, pretty much. And if you guys were wondering, I actually never mentioned this, unfortunately, I kind of forgot. The team we were using, the team was one Quarian male engineer. Yeah, it was a one Quarian male engineer with one N7 paladin and one Solarian infiltrator. So we had 2 energy drains and the arc grenades. Now, if I was to, what I wanted to do for this video was I wanted to have all new N7 characters, which would have been like the one Demolisher for the Korean Engineer, and it would have been like it would have actually been 2 Paladins. Now, one thing I wanted to say is that, like, the whole snap freeze thing I was talking about, I decided not to do that. Where, remember I was telling you, if you remember from the Paladin video, I was talking about snap freeze can be amazing with the tech combo thing. We were going to do that in this gameplay if we had the 2 Paladins. Like, one of them would have been able to just run around and snap freeze everything, and especially bosses for tech, like for the tech bursting on bosses and everything like that. But the downside is that I've heard that that's actually potentially glitched. It doesn't work, because when I tried it, I can honestly say I kind of thought that, because we were kind of goofing around and we were trying it, and it just didn't seem like it did any extra super damage. Like, I mean, when you combine the fact that snap freeze can make tech combos 100% stronger, with the fact that her electrical slash, when it detonates, makes it actually detonates 100% stronger. That's 200%. That would pretty much like just wreck every group of enemies like in the game. Like, every enemies would just get wrecked by that. And when we tried it, it was pretty much like, it felt the same way. It felt the same as if what we're doing in this gameplay. So I don't know. You guys can tell me. I don't use the forums. I don't really look up information like that. So that is unfortunate, but it's whatever. I just don't have the time, and I don't really care. I like to figure things out for myself. So just tell me if it works or not. But yeah, that's something you can do. I wanted to bring that up, and that was the plan. All right. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This was Tech Burst City 2. More like Electrical Slash City, but it also was really like Tech Burst City, to be honest. But all right, so tomorrow I will be coming out with the N7 Demolisher, and then the next day, more than likely the Slayer, and then after that I will just focus on more than likely Platinum gameplays and just making up new builds and stuff for maybe some of these guys. I don't really know yet, but you will have to see, so definitely subscribe to me if you haven't. And that's going to be pretty much it, like I said, and have a nice day.